And finally, a Soros link is now emerging into what was that entire fake Apple Snoop controversy. Here's the latest on that, and then we have both sides.
On Tuesday, opposition raised the snooping bogey by citing an alert which they claimed was from Apple.
कम लोग हैं जो इसके खिलाफ लड़ रहे हैं. जितनी टैपिंग करनी है कर लो, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. मुझे तो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. अगर आपको मेरा फोन चाहिए मैं दे देता हूं, आपको उठा के ले लो.
24 hours after the issue was first raised comes the twist in the saga. Principal Economic Advisor to Government Sanjeev Sanyal has said that the alerts are not from Apple but a Soros-funded NGO, Access Now.
Access Now is funded by organizations like the Omidyar Foundation and the Open Society Foundation, both fully backed by George Soros. But it does not end there. Omidyar, for example, has one of its key office bearers in Varat Pandey, a former aide of Congress leader Jairam Ramesh. And Access Now has on its board Seema Chishti, editor of The Wire, and of course also wife of CPM chief Sitaram Yechuri.
The opposition continues to cry foul.
First of all, you tell us whether there is any governmental agency that is being given the responsibility to conduct such surveillance against opposition leaders. And why is this Apple alert come only to opposition leaders and to some journalists and not to anybody from the ruling party?
And the BJP is questioning them on their indirect link to the NGO that was mentioned in the alerts.
Now, Access Now has the editor of The Wire, Seema Chishti, on their board. Seema is the wife of Sitaram Yechuri. There is something that is being done at the behest of George Soros Foundation. The opposition is acting in concern because it is the same set of people who were the noisiest when it came to Pegasus. They are the same set of people who are now claiming to be at the receiving end of what they call snooping.
The alleged involvement of Soros-linked group in Apple controversy is a matter of national security, especially at the back of his reputation being that of agent of chaos and funder of regime changes, something that has been red-flagged across the world.
Soros, I don't know. I mean, he had a very difficult upbringing, in my opinion, he fundamentally hates humanity.
Is there a larger conspiracy in Snoop controversy? Let's debate.
So it is proven that these so-called security threat messages, right, is not quite from Apple. It is from a Soros company in which Sitaram Yechuri's wife has a prominent role. Why didn't you do some research? It's looking so bad on you guys. कितना ड्रामा किया कल आप लोगों ने. थोड़ा रिसर्च करके बात किया करो भाई. सोरोस एंगल है इसमें, प्रूव हो चुका है. नहीं मोदी सोरोस
and
Soros,
BJP
Access
is
Now, Seema Chishti.
Tom. They want to interfere and enter into everybody's privacy. They want to see what is one
left leader Sitaram Yechuri's wife is a board member, I am told, of a Soros company.
This is violation of my private life. You cannot, this is worse than emergency time. This is a very serious issue. During Pegasus also the Supreme Court has noted.
But this has been funded by the Soros Open Society Foundation, which has given $1.5 million to Access Now. This is a Soros angle, paise ka angle from Soros.
Yesterday you said
you understand, Tuhin?
Yesterday you lied.
Is Seema Chishti, wife of Sitaram Yechuri, a board member of a Soros company? Is that a paid role or a voluntary role? Is she paid for the role or working voluntarily there? The nation wants to know.
There is a larger
The
point
nation wants to know. Yesterday you lied. You said 150 countries they have been given such kind of alerts. Name those countries. Provide evidence. Name those leaders who have been given such kind of alerts. None.
Arnab,
This is the game plan of Modi prior to the elections. They want to enter into the privacy. They want to enter into my home. They want to peep in what they are doing. Arnab, this is an emergency. This is against the democracy. This is against the constitution. This is against the fundamental right of an individual's privacy.
From a shady
Twin, louder. Twin.
Arnab, while we are discussing access now over here, the antecedents of access now,
Louder for Twin.
Barrister Asaduddin got
Can you keep quiet for some time?
Louder for Twin, yeah.
I don't have a camera unit and, on Zoom it
Continue, Twin. One is open, Twin, speak.
The leaders of the BJP.
Arnab, while we are discussing access now, the antecedents and the linkages of access now over here, the larger and the moot point over here is that why do these fake hit jobs happen immediately after Rahul Gandhi returns from a shady foreign trip, and apparently he went to some people suggest he went to Uzbekistan last week. Now the point is the alacrity with which he latched on to this fake alert and came out and started blaming the government. That tells a story. All of these people were probably aware of what was happening. As far as Access Now is concerned, Access Now is as much a digital advocacy protector as somebody.
Go on with your false license, Kannad.
It's a sham because, like you mentioned, when people like Seema Chishti with clear political antecedents or linkages are board members, such a body can never behave like a neutral body. Sir,
if the lies and
Soros angle has come out, you can just...
Over, may I make my point, Arnab?
He doesn't know what to say today, because
I don't like to debate.
Did you know? Okay. One question. You make your point, Baba.
Make my point.
But I'll ask one question to you. One is, I will, but one question to you, please. Thank you. What is, did you know about this Soros Access Now angle when you defended this yesterday? Did you know? I think you didn't know. So you can say, I didn't know. I'm now feeling ridiculous because there is a Soros angle.
You have posed a question.
What is the harm in accepting it?
No, the debate is you question and I answer.
Did you know?
You have to listen to my answer first, Mr. Arnab.
Yes.
Arnab, you listen to me. Yesterday you said only in India this kind of message alerts have not gone. 150 other countries have received such kind of alerts. Name them. I'm asking you, give me proof. I am asking you, name the leaders who have been given such kind of alerts through Apple. Name those leaders. No. Nobody is given except in India to the opposition.
What a ridiculous question.
And if there was an algorithmic problem, will that algorithmic problem happen only with the opposition leaders? Why not with the BJP leaders? Why no?
Arnab, Samir Saran got a similar notification. Samir Saran is not related to politics, rather he is pro-government.
Supreme Court. And that is why the Supreme Court said that Indian government is not providing us evidences. Arnab, this is very serious. Tomorrow your phone might be hacked. They can read your messages. They can read my message. Where were we heading for? What do they want to look into? Why do they want to peep in? Why does Modi want to become
You see, I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you one thing. You see, okay, what is one? You see Shashi Tharoor's tweet, which he put out, I think, yesterday. At the end of the snapshot, he says, it is mentioned there, Access Now. Access Now is referenced in as part of the tweet which has been put out by Shashi Tharoor yesterday. Okay. Access Now is proudly funded by Soros. I read the tweet of
my party president. I read the tweet.
फिर भी समझ में नहीं आ रहा है क्या?
I read the tweet of my party president, Barrister Asaduddin Owaisi, who is a member of parliament. He got that alert. Why prior to the elections? It is not fishy, Arnab. You want to listen to what MP, a president of a political party. You are entering into this and Modi government says, no, nothing of such kind has happened. No, you have to inquire whosoever is responsible. You must call them, book them. Because if there is a malware function, why only with the
you're looking all confused today. My question is...
Why not with Smriti Irani? Why not with Arnab Goswami? Why? The phones are also going to be purchase the phone with the BJP name.
What Arnab Goswami?
Purchase a iPhone in the name of the BJP. Will have to take them
to smear the government in which they have failed.
Because their phones will not be hacked. Their phones will not be tapped. No, just ask a simple question I'm asking. What steps has the central government taken to ensure the safety of a person's privacy? personal private life. What step has the central government taken to ensure that? Answer to my question, Arnab, I'm asking you. Why should my privacy be exposed? I am entitled to live my own life. I am entitled to speak to whomsoever I want to. You cannot. It is a right. It's a fundamental right.
Yeah,
right
thank you. Okay,
Tuin. Do that.
Tuin,
What
reply
steps?
please.
Kindly
30
tell me.
seconds.
Arnab, if they have
Tuin,
read the
Tuin louder,
responses,
Tuin
if
louder.
they
He's
have
spoken longer.
properly gone through the responses of both Apple and the government, the response has been very categorical. Apple says that this sort of a message is of not. Allow me to speak here. Varis, allow me to speak. Apple says this sort of a message is of non-specific nature. When it says state-sponsored, it could be from China also. Fact is, Indian government has categorically denied it, and it seems like an extremely concocted, it seems like an extremely contrived hit job upon the government by the usual suspects, by Indie members.
And ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the show tonight. The Soros angle once again comes in. Tomorrow's a terribly, terribly newsy day. Arvind Kejriwal before the ED and Mahua Moitra. Will she be sacked? We think she should be. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Till tomorrow. Good night and goodbye.